Hey, what's up guys? Movie Maniac here. So, we've been getting really good movies so far. I mean, we got Godzilla, we got X-Men, we got Edge of Tomorrow, we got Guardians of the Galaxy, we got How to Train Your Dragon 2, and just so many good movies this year. And Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is no exception for being another great movie this year. So this movie is a sequel to Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which Rise of the Planet of the Apes was a prequel / reboot to the Planet of the Apes franchise. Although wait, it's a sequel / prequel. So that means Dawn must be a sequel / prequel / reboot. Wow. I never thought I could put those three words together. Rise of the Planet of the Apes was a good, solid movie. It was good for not only the acting and the brilliant visual effects, but it also had a good introduction to the Planet of the Apes franchise. Basically, you could watch this movie without watching all of the Planet of the Apes sequels, and you could just watch the original movie. At first, I didn't really want to see a sequel to Rise of the Planet of the Apes because Rise already gave us an idea of what would happen at the end with the apes and the humans. I mean, isn't that why they called it Rise of the Planet of the Apes? Because the apes are rising? Well, pretty much they would get that already. The sequel is like Rise. You can watch this movie without watching the prequel, and at the end, you pretty much get the idea of what happens at the end with the apes and the humans. Actually, this movie is really helpful for newcomers. I mean, you can watch this movie without seeing Rise of the Planet of the Apes, because basically, they fill in all the important stuff that happened in Rise of the Planet of the Apes. So, it makes it optional. You don't have to watch the first Rise of the Planet of the Apes. You can just head straight to Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Which, that's really good. Most sequels should do that. The story takes place 10 years after Rise. Caesar is the leader of the apes, and the apes are living in peace without human trouble. But coincidentally, they found humans. But the humans want nothing more than just power for their dying city. Now Caesar has to decide if he can trust the humans or not. And actually, this movie is pretty much a reboot to the Battle of Planet of the Apes. Familiar story. The movie is brilliant. I mean, right from the first shot of this movie, it started out so good, and then right at the end, it just becomes great. I mean, it's a great movie. Andy Serkis needs to get an Oscar nomination for his role. He definitely shows his brilliant acting from this motion capture CGI suit. His role was heartbreaking and tragic. And because for a leader like Caesar, he has to go through a lot of with the humans, even with his own kind. Jason Clarke as Malcolm is really a good actor, and he brings a lot of likability to his character. He understands a lot about the apes' situation, which it makes us understand with him. Gary Oldman was very good too, even though he doesn't do that much in this movie, but his performance is still pretty good. There's a lot of great ape actors. I love how you can tell the apes from their different personalities. But I think one of my favorite ape actors, other than Andy Serkis, is Toby Kebbell's performance as Cobra. He's such an arrogant character, and we just love to hate him. I love the atmosphere of this movie. I mean, everything is all dark and gray, depressing, which it really fits in this kind of post-apocalyptic world. Well, human-apocalyptic world. I also love seeing the ape revolution rising. I mean, this time we get to see the apes do a lot more stuff than the first movie and gain more knowledge and intelligence. I mean, like for example, they can hunt, they can build weapons, they can build shelter, they can write words, they can teach other apes, and also they can speak too. Not just Caesar can speak, any other apes can speak words. The CGI is gorgeous. We've got pretty good CGI flicks like Godzilla, but I think this movie has one of the best CGI this year. I mean, these apes look very real. The detail on their fur looks so fantastic. I mean, you can actually tell that when the ape fur is damp looking. There's lots of close-up shots in this movie, and when you look at an ape's face, it looks super real. You can see the sweat and the wrinkles. That's how real it looks. The action scenes are awesome to watch, and they're also really shot well. The music is also very good. It sounds so eerie, and it just kind of fits the tone of the movie. The message of the movie was delivered really well. I mean, it didn't felt hammered in or neither cliche. Well, sort of. Not saying it's bad, but you can tell the message has been in most movies. Also, the villain's evil plan is kind of a minor spoiler, but I think it's pretty obvious that Koba would be the villain. And his plans weren't that great because we've seen villains like this before. The one who doesn't care about the race and goes out there, grabs an army and destroys their environment. But I don't think it's too distracting because I thought Gary Oldman would be the obvious bad guy, but actually he's not. He still makes mistakes, but he's not really anything major. So yeah, sometimes the villains can be a little annoying. And I will give the writers credit for at least having the villain having a reason why he doesn't like the race. Because usually with these kind of generic villains, they would usually destroy their races because of money. But Koba was tortured in the last Rise of Planet of the Apes movie, so okay, I will give it credit for that. Overall, it's another great summer movie you'll enjoy. I mean, it's got good acting, great CGI effects, the story is good, well, not a masterpiece, but I still think this movie holds up very well, being another great movie of 2014. If you're a fan of Planet of the Apes, you'll enjoy this movie. If you don't know anything about Planet of the Apes and you don't know where you can start, well, you can start with this one. This one will fill you in all what's going on, and pretty much you could watch the first movie right after, because then you'll get the idea what happens. I will give this movie an A-. Great movie. So, module question today is, what is your favorite Planet of the Apes movie? Comment it down below, check out my other videos, they're really cool, like my video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See ya.